The 13th Guardian. That's what we are, apparently. It's a pretty big scary deal. We don't have time to worry about that though. We've got things to do, places to go, and a boat to catch.
Finally, we are ready. And we must away before it's too late. We still have another 6 or 7 hours of daylight today. Come aboard.
Did I tell you how much I hate water?
No.
Well, remind me to tell you sometime. Oh, God, my guts have been cleaned out and I still feel sick.
We're on a boat. Thursday, late afternoon. I am so sick. I'm having a hard time writing even a few words. Forgive poor spelling. Why does the boat have to keep moving around? Why can't they make boat just stay still? I mean, they got magic, right? Beats me. We leave port yesterday evening and I don't sleep a wink all night. Just rocking all night long. And then there's the food, which is, fish and apples. Fish and apples every meal. Oh, great. Here I go again. Gotta get some air. Oh dear, April.
Why does the horizon have to keep rolling back and forth like that? That's the cargo hold and crew quarters down there. My bed's conveniently located right below the opening to accommodate for those refreshing saltwater showers. It's the apple barrel. It's half empty, and aside from whatever fish we're able to catch, those apples are the only food we got on board.
We can go down below, but we're gonna be going down there anyway. So let's just go up to the bridge.
It's a glass orb with a strange magical glow. It could be some kind of compass, I guess. Those are the captain's private quarters and offices. It's Tun Lyak, the navigator. Hello, Tun.
Are you enjoying the ride, April?
I feel sick.
Everyone feels sick when they first take to the sea. It is natural.
Really? So when does it pass?
You will get used to it in a month or 2, 3 at the most.
Oh, God. I'm not sure I want to get used to it. How are we doing on time?
With the help of your magic, we are crossing faster than I had ever thought possible.
Give credit where credit is due, Lyak. This ship is the fastest there is. I can outrun a shadow ship in this old lady.
When will we be on Elias?
By sunset tomorrow, if the wind holds.
How fast is it possible to travel by sea?
I do not know. I have heard tell of a ship that once went so fast it took to the sky and disappeared. From time to time, sailors spot the ship as it floats across the heavens. It is said to be an omen.
The Flying Dutchman, right?
No, they call it bad luck.
I have a question about your compass.
Of course.
What kind of compass are you using?
It is just a normal spirit compass. When we are not navigating by the stars or by the sun, we use this.
What's a spirit compass?
I forget that you are not familiar with the sea. A spirit compass points always to the magical North Pole, and thus we may navigate according to it. It is very precise, and less affected by a strong magical source.
Thanks, that's all I needed to know.
I hope this knowledge made you richer.
Keep her steady, Ton.
I will, April.
It's Captain Nebeve. Captain?
Aye, what is it?
How long will it take us to get to Elias?
We should reach the island by tomorrow night, unless we get bad weather.
Any chance of bad weather?
Well, as any experienced sailor will tell you, the weather is a freakish thing, and you never know quite what to expect. But no chance of a storm at all, or my nose would be itching.
What does your nose have to do with the weather?
Well, that's a story, be sure of that.
And?
That's all. It's just a story, and you'd better be sure of that.
I'd like to hear that itchy nose story.
Why?
Because I'm sure it's a real tall tale of the sea, filled with bravura adventures and victories snatched from the rabid jaws of certain death.
I had a bad accident with my nose hair scissors, and ever since that day, when the weather's acting up, my nose itches.
You gotta be careful when you trim those nose hairs.
Aye. I've come to that realization on my own.
So, your nose itches when the weather's bad.
A deep, scarring itch, as from the filthy bowels of the Mojal.
Do you know any sea shanties?
Jal be thanked I do not know a single one.
Not even a ho-ho-ho on a dead man's casket or something like that?
If I went ho-ho-ho on a dead man's casket, girl, the crew would tie me up in the hold. With good reason, too.
Would you like to learn a sea shanty?
No. Actually, there is nothing in the world I want less than to learn a sea shanty. I would rather stick my head up the arse of an Elguan who's just had a dinner rich with beans and light a torch.
I feel in the mood for a shanty.
And I feel in the mood for a keel hauling.
Thanks, Captain.
It's actually Captain. Please try to remember, and while you're at it, cut back on the scurvy sea dog shtick, would you?
Just trying to fit in, sir.
You have as much chance of fitting in here as I do growing a second head, marrying myself, and moving to Khorasan to start a pottery business. Oh, and before you leave, mind you only take 2 apples a day from the apple barrel. We're running a little short, and aside from fish, Jal forbid, we have no other food on board. Watch! My nose is itching. Are you sleeping on duty again?
Storm front. West. Heading our way. Looks like a right old bugger, too.
Aye, by the mercy of Jal, it's a chaos storm. Where in damnation did it come from this quickly? And what's pulling it here? Navigator, change our course. We must away from the storm front and to safe harbor.
Uh-oh. I just felt a cold shiver running down my spine.
Oh dear. Let's go down below. There's something we need to do down here. Just on that sack in the foreground, a little worm just crawled between the 2 holes. We need to catch that, believe it or not.
It's a sturdy wooden chest. It's empty. It's a flour sack.
This worm will just periodically crawl between the holes. There it is.
It's a big fat worm. It's a flour sack.
It's a big fat worm. But we can't just catch it with our hands without using something else.
I don't look forward to another night in those. I had a dream I was on a roller coaster all night long, and I can't stand roller coasters.
What we need to do is go in our inventory and get this sticky candy that you get from eating one of the regular candy, and stick that between the holes so the worm will get stuck on it. And then just wait. There we go, now we can take it.
Yes, got me a worm. And this is good because?
Because why indeed?
It's a colorful candy wrapper.
And a worm.
It's a hungry-looking worm.
The reason why we're doing this is we need to get Nebove away from the bridge. And the way to do that is to put a worm on an apple to make him think that the apple barrel is contaminated.
Jim?
I think that's a reference to the old Treasure Island film, I think.
Ugh, gross! People do not toss the apples back into the barrel after eating. Here's a nice plump one.
Nice. I'm not sure why you had to take a particularly nice one, because we are going to put a worm in it.
Get to it, little guy. Eat your heart out. That worm's probably having the time of her life.
Let's go and give it to Captain Nebove. The point is that we're going to have to change the course of the ship, so we need to get Nebove away from there. And Tunlayak as well, but Nebove with the apple.
Captain?
What is it now?
Captain, the worms have invaded the apple barrel.
Cursed be the balance. First the storm, now this. Is there no end to the horrors? Let me see. Jowl's infected arsehole, you be right. Those are worms, all right. Vicious, snarling wheat worms driven mad by their hunger for a change of diet.
As far as I could tell, that was the only apple infected. But I could be wrong.
Good of you to catch it, girl, before it spread any further. I'll have to go pluck the apples immediately. They must be saved.
What's going on, Tun?
A storm approaches, April, and it is no ordinary storm.
What do you mean by no ordinary storm?
Look to the clouds. Do they appear normal to you?
They look strange, it's true.
It is a chaos storm. A strong storm caught in a magical vortex, drawn to strong magic like bees to honey. I have never seen one with my own eyes, but I have heard stories.
What have you heard about chaos storms?
That they appear only rarely, and that they signify great and terrible events in the near future. It is also said that they are weapons used by the Dark Lords of Chaos to hunt and destroy those strong in the balance.
Can we escape a chaos storm?
If we run fast enough and reach safe harbor, perhaps. I have not heard of a chaos storm to last more than a single night, and this one is still quite a distance away. But it gains fast. I do not know, April.
Will you still be able to get me to Elias tomorrow?
I am afraid not. The captain has ordered our course changed south to get us away from the rocky waters around the islands. We are about 3 days away from Gien, but if the weather improves before then, Perhaps he will be willing to turn about. But I would not count on it, April. He cares much for his ship and for his crew, and he would not risk it for anything or anyone.
So that's why we need to change the course of the ship.
You still need my magic to get wind in your sails.
The wind seems to be picking up on its own. Thus Nebuve has no need for your magic, April. I am sorry, but once we reach Gien, I am certain you will find passage to the islands.
I don't have 3 days, Tun. The balance is failing.
I am sorry. It is out of my hands.
Do you want me to relieve you at the wheel for a while?
I am not sure if this is such a good idea, April.
What's the big deal? I just hold it straight, right?
Well, I could do with a short break to stretch my legs. Fine, but I will be back soon. And if anything happens, just call out for help.
Of course, thanks.
I just expressed that I badly need to go in the opposite direction, but by all means, leave me in control of the wheel. We need to use the talisman on the compass.
So if the compass was pointing in that direction when we were on course for Elias, and now it's pointing in this direction... Oh, hell. I'll just wing it. Use the Force, April. After all, who's the chosen one here? Tun, need some assistance up here.
Feel a little better now, which is kind of worrying because I so don't want to get used to this. I'm a definite land person. Soil between my toes, like the Bandar Elder said. A short while ago, the captain ordered the navigator to change course, to take us away from a storm front. Now, I know he probably has the best interests of his crew at heart, but I gotta think about the rest of the world, as well as my world. I need to get to Elias, quickly. I feel that time is running out, and this chaos storm is only a harbinger. So using the talisman Tobias gave me on the compass, I think I managed to fool them into putting us back on course for the islands. Now I'm just praying they won't notice before it's too late, and that the storm won't catch up with us. I've been lucky so far. I'm counting on my luck lasting just a little bit longer. Please?
I think I may have strayed off course a bit when I was at the wheel.
I did not feel the boat turning.
Well, I have a feeling we're gonna miss Gien by a couple of 100 kilometers if you don't correct our course.
Let me check the compass. By the balance, you are right, April. It is good you were aware of your mistake, or we might have ended up pierced on the deadly reefs of Tagate. I will correct our course immediately.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, I let you take the wheel. I'm just glad we are back on course.
Yeah, back on course. Is it my imagination or is the storm getting closer?
By the balance, you are right. The storm is catching up with us. We might have to ride it out. It is good we are nowhere near the islands, or we would have to worry about reefs as well.
Reefs? Nobody said anything about reefs. Tun, I have something to tell you.
Captain! Sir! We need you on the bridge. The storm is closing in.
By the foul bowels of Jol, you're right, Lyak. It's closing in faster than any storm I've seen or heard, chaos or otherwise. It's like it's chasing something or someone. All right, listen up. The storm's going to hit in an hour or two, and I want everything to be ready. Tighten the hatches, strap down the cargo, wake up the watch, and by Jaw's big toe, someone put a lid on the apple barrel!
Oh, God, that's not a happy sight. She looks busy.
What is that? What is that you have there?
It's a necklace I misplaced, but I found it again, so no need to worry.
What was it doing next to the spirit compass? Let me see that necklace right now.
It's a valuable family heirloom. I don't let anybody touch it.
Give it here! This talisman has the mark of the balance and of the sentinel. This is an object of great magic. The balance be cursed, girl. What by Jaw's hideous countenance did you think you were doing?
I didn't think it would do any harm.
Are you this stupid, girl? Do you think this a game? I should never have made that deal. Women at sea. Jaw was right. Damn his immortal soul to the darkest pits of chaos. Get your arse to the brig right now and stay there. If we get to land, I'll see you before a court, or may Jaw's assassin strike me down with his three-bladed poison sword. Check the compass, Layak, and correct our course accordingly. And don't let this wench touch anything from now on, you hear? I need to place this accursed talisman as far away from the spirit compass as possible.
What just happened? Uh-oh, this can't be a good thing.
Nebeve has put our talisman in this chest.
It's closed and locked tight with a big iron padlock. It's locked with a big padlock. It's a small axe. It's a small but sharp axe.
Well, desperate times call for desperate measures.
It's been a while since I chopped firewood, but I think I'll be able to knock the lock off pretty clean. Oh, shit!
Thank the balance she's all right. Are you all right, April? April? Are you sleeping? She's sleeping, bless her little heart. Boy, is she cute. Too bad she's just a chick and not a bird. April, wake up!
Crow. I was so worried I thought the storm got you.
Me? Honey, I'm the sidekick. Didn't you ever read any legends? The sidekick always survives.
So you're fine?
A few singed tail feathers, and I'm so charged up sparks fly when I try to peck something. Other than that, better than ever. The sea air does wonders for my allergies.
I didn't realize you had allergies.
Exactly.
Do you know what happened to the crew?
As far as I know, they got away in the lifeboat.
There was a lifeboat?
One of those magic fold-up types, yeah.
I guess they forgot all about me.
I think the captain said something like, "Aye, let the wench drown and justice be done." But, I could have been wrong.
Any idea where the lifeboat is heading?
South, I'd guess. From what I can remember of the old man's stories about the sea, Tagade would be the closest civilized island.
Any idea how I'm gonna get to the islands now?
You could swim. Humans swim, don't they? They must, or you wouldn't be here now.
I don't swim. And nobody can swim that far. There's no land visible in any direction.
Well, I'd suggest flying, but you don't have the necessary equipment.
Why don't you try and find the closest island?
I could do that, but I'd have to leave you on your own.
Crow, I'll be fine.
All right. Don't blame a bird for trying to be a gentleman. Gentle bird, whatever. I'll be back as soon as I can. Don't go anywhere.
Where would I go?
Girls always disappear on me. Trust me.
Friday, August 4th, 2209. At sea and in deep shit. Not that I don't deserve it. Whatever punishment I get, I definitely deserve it. I sunk a ship, jeopardized the lives of everybody aboard, and stranded myself in the middle of the ocean with a blazingly hot sun and no land in any direction as far as the eye can see. Not to mention the very obvious fact that I have no food nor water. At least I got Crow, that's something. Not a lot, but something. I can think of only one word right now, and it won't really do me any good. Help! If God, or the balance, or some other cosmic force is watching right now, why don't we agree on this? You get me out of this, I owe you a favour. Deal? Is that a yes?
I'm a long way from anything. I didn't know the ocean could look so big. This is all that's left afloat of the White Dragon. I'm either the luckiest person alive or the unluckiest person about to die a slow, horrible death. Debris from the White Dragon. Debris from the White Dragon. What the hell is that? Uh-oh, for some reason the story of the bloodthirsty cannibal merman of the Sea of Song suddenly pops to mind. Hi, do you speak Arcadian? Guess not. Doesn't seem so bloodthirsty and cannibalistic up close, though, does it? Hey, come over here and let me pet you. You're just like a seal, aren't you?
Oh, bloody typical. I told her. She didn't believe me. Girls always disappear on me. Always.
Captured, kidnapped, abducted by mermen. I'm trapped underwater in a tiny little bubble of air. And why am I not panicking right about now? If I'm ever gonna panic, this would be a good time. I'm claustrophobic and I have a fear of water. This situation combines all my phobias into one tidy little package. And yet I feel relaxed. Like it's gonna be okay. It's gonna work itself out. April, listen to me. You're screwed. How are you gonna get out of this one? By using your head? Right, my head. That'll help me breathe underwater. No, what I need is some scuba diving equipment. Either that or gills. And I need to talk to these mer people, find out why they saw fit to rescue me and bring me here.
Big fat worm.